Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today we are doing some of the news for the 23rd day of March 2023. A little something to open up with. I thought we'd look at some history news. In the 1990s, over 1,200 bones were from roughly 15 bodies were found buried in Benjamin Franklin's London house and are believed to be the remains from an anatomy school founded by an associate of Franklin's. Yeah, this is something that's been talked about a lot for a while. This is from Discover Magazine.com. So yeah, a gruesome discovery in the Benjamin Franklin house has us wondering if Ben Franklin was a serial killer. But it's believed it was uh, anatomy for doctors practicing their skill, their craft. For more than 2 centuries, hundreds of human bones have rested in peace under the London home of Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers in the U.S. But the secret of these bones isn't quite as horrific as you might suspect. As it turns out, the son-in-law of Franklin's landlady taught anatomy um, privately in the house at a time when the new field of science was just taking off in England. But that doesn't mean the bones were completely innocent. The practice of dissection wasn't strictly legal back then. So, yeah, they had to kind of practice hidden away with dissection and understanding science and so on. But yeah. Anyway, let's get into some information here. From Vice.com, parent calls the Bible porn and demands the Utah school district remove it from libraries. Hey, I think it's a fair push. If you're going to do this to so many other things, there's a lot of horrible, horrible content that's in the Bible. A parent is arguing that if banned books like Genderqueer are pulled from shelves, the Bible, with its sex scenes, incest, and murder, should be banned too. A Utah parent has filed a request to ban God's most popular blog, the Bible, from schools, citing and ridiculing a law passed last year that removed dozens of books from schools and libraries last year. Get this, porn out of our schools, they wrote in their request for the removal of the book. In 2022, Utah passed a law banning books with pornographic or indecent content. The initial list of banned books include many titles that feature coming-of-age stories that also deal with themes of sexuality and gender, including Judy Blume's Forever, Genderqueer by Maya Kobave, and 19 Minutes by Jodi Picoult. By those standards, the parent, whose personal information was redacted by the Davis School District for privacy reasons, is arguing that the Bible should be on the list. Really? 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 Incest, onanism, bestiality, prostitution, genital mutilation, fellatio, dildos, rape, and even infanticide, the parent wrote in their request, according to the Salt Lake Tribune, which obtained a copy of the request. You'll no doubt find that the Bible under Utah Code uh, 76-10-1227 has no serious values for minors because it's pornographic by our new definition. So yeah, I love that they're putting their own. This person is putting what is the greatest book for many Christians up to the test. Say you got to put it up to the test. Yeah, and yeah, the Bible does contain a lot of this. Um, what's his name? Sodom and Gomorrah. Lot. Lot ends up having sex with his daughters because they thought that was the best way to repopulate humanity. There was adultery when you talk of uh, King David and Bathsheba. Um, let's see. Song of Solomon is a rapturous piece of erotica describing a woman's breasts in painfully horny detail as two fawns and clusters of fruit. Yeah, Lot's daughters get him drunk and rape him repeatedly while he's blacked out. Uh, References to and encouragement of killing babies in violent ways. Yeah, God gets really pissed at the citizens of Judah for melting all the jewelry he gave them down into fuck toys, dildos. Um, so yeah, it does have a fair mention of all these issues. But let's go on to the next story here. From WGEM.com, the Illinois House passes a bill prohibiting book bans. Thank you, someone with common sense. I'm so glad all these book bans are finally being pushed back against. Thank you, people. Thank you, parents in Utah. Thank you, Illinois legislature. That's what we need. Too many are willing, I disagree. Ban the books. The Illinois House passed a bill Wednesday that would prohibit libraries from banning books or other material because of partisan or doctrinal pressure, prompting strong opposition from Republicans who called it an assault on local control. No, they just want to ban books because they disagree with the content. Now, this is from DW.com. Israel passes a law protecting prime minister from removal. Israeli lawmakers have passed legislation that drastically narrows the circumstances required to remove Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu or a successor from office. They are trying to entrench him in there. Israel's parliament, the Knesset, on Thursday passed legislation that would significantly limit the conditions under which prime minister could be deemed unfit to govern. See, they've had all these attempts to vote for a legislative majority, and yeah, it's not they've not achieved that majority yet. The law, the first of several set to overhaul the judiciary, is believed to be intended to stop the Supreme Court or the Attorney General's office from influencing possible impeachment. That sounds like you're trying to usurp power instead of. Uh, see, my heart goes out to the people of Israel, but the leadership is not great. The legislation stipulates that three-quarters majority in Parliament or the cabinet would be needed to remove a prime minister from office, the only for psychological or other health reasons. So yeah, they're trying to really limit the ability of a legislature to push back. It was approved by the 120-seat Knesset in a 61 to 47 vote, with the remaining lawmakers either absent or abstaining from the vote, and is part of a series of legislative measures that opponents will say imperil judicial independence in Israel. It absolutely will. Let's see. And this is from The Guardian. Rahul Gandhi found guilty of defaming Narendra Modi. Indian opposition leader accused of implying Prime Minister was a criminal in remark made in 2019. A court in India has found the opposition leader Rahul Gandhi guilty of defamation for a remark implying the country's Prime Minister Narendra Modi was a criminal. On Thursday, Gandhi, 52, was sentenced to 2 years in prison but was granted bail after his lawyers announced their intention to appeal. The case stemmed from a remark made during the 2019 election campaign in which Gandhi, the leading face of the Congress Party, had asked why all thieves have Modi as their common surname. It wasn't a nice comment, but really? Imprisonment for 2 years for something like that? Again, that's because we're used to free speech. You have the right to say certain things, but you also have to watch out for the results of saying certain things. You just can't whine, oh, I'm just expressing my free speech. Other people can express their free speech in how they feel in regards to what you said. But anyway. All right. And this one. This, well, this is the World Baseball Classics since the first one, 2006. And it shows the winner, the runner-up, the teams eliminated in the semifinals, eliminated in the second round, and eliminated in the first round. Yeah. Let's see if I can remember here. Of course, 2006, the first one, Japan won, beating, I think it's Cuba or Puerto Rico. No, it's Cuba. Semifinals, I'm not sure who this is. This is South Korea. Of course, the U.S., not sure. That is Puerto Rico, Mexico, Not sure. Canada. I believe that's Russia. Italy, China, I think Australia. Now, we go to 2009. Many of the same faces we're used to in 2006 were also there in 2009. Japan was the winner. Runner up was South Korea, eliminated in the semifinals. Again, I don't recognize this one off the top of my head. The U.S. eliminated in the second round. We have Cuba, Puerto Rico, Mexico. I'm wanting to say it's Russia. It might be France, but I'm thinking it's Russia. Russia, I think, is the horizontal and France is vertical. They're the same colors, the red, white, blue bars, but I think Russia's horizontal, laying down like this, and France is vertical, standing up. And then again, eliminated in the first round China, Australia, Italy, Canada. So yeah. Now things get more interesting. 2013. Again, I don't know whose flag that is. Sorry, y'all. Uh, Eliminated in qualifiers 2013. Israel, Germany. Who is that? Is that New Zealand? I don't know. That's Britain. See, that's France. And then eliminated first round Brazil, Australia, Mexico, Canada, South Korea, China. Eliminated in the second round. We have Italy, Cuba, US. Eliminated the semifinals. Japan, Russia. Runner up was Puerto Rico. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. I don't recognize that off the top of my head. So I'm sorry to whoever it is. In 2017, we have eliminated in qualifiers. Um, it's a Middle Eastern country because that's the symbol for Islam. I can't think of who it is though. Germany, Brazil, France. Again, I want to say that's New Zealand. I may be wrong. Very well. UK or Britain. I don't know if they played separately or as the entire United Kingdom. Eliminated in the first round Mexico, Canada, China, South Korea, Australia, Italy. Eliminated second round Israel, Cuba. Eliminated in the semifinals Russia, Japan. Runner up Puerto Rico. Winner the US. And then the most recent one, eliminated in the qualifiers. We have Brazil, Germany, France. Eliminated in the first round, Russia, South Korea, Canada, UK, Israel, China. Eliminated in the quarterfinals, Australia, Puerto Rico, Italy. Semifinals, Cuba and Mexico are eliminated. The US is the runner up, losing to the winner, Japan. So, yeah. 3, 4, 5, and Japan's won 3 of the 5 of them so far. U.S. usually stays pretty high up there. Japan stays pretty high up there. Let's see. Cuba stays pretty high up there. Puerto Rico. So yeah, those are usually your top teams. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting look at the World Baseball Classic. But I'll go ahead and end this episode here. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be putting these sources in the description box below the video. I'll see you all in the next episode. Until then, later.